in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, Russell Wright, NetworkEmpire.com. Which company is this again? Okay, Network Empire, Theme Zoom, and Domain Web Studio, and G++, and Cora, and all the other softwares that we have coming out right now. I'm really glad that you made it today. Happy Halloween. I personally don't celebrate Halloween, but I hope that you and your families, and if you have children, are having a great day and you can have some fun tonight. Shake loose. Matt DeCruz is with me, and we're just going to wait a couple more minutes while people start jumping on board here. And I did make some promises of some attendee-only links I was going to drop. One of them is the G+ RSS feed automatic traffic generator. Software is complete. I'm upgrading the G+ or Google+ course for 2013. That's the one that we launched in the Warriors Forum last year, and you guys had to wait almost 10 months to finally get the application, but we did finish it. And I'm going to give you a free beta, a free 30-day trial beta invite at the end of this webinar, so stick around. And what else do we have going on? Oh yes, we're also going to do a short, quick demonstration, or at least a discussion about TLKT, the last keyword tool. Is a Theme Zoom proprietary technology. It's different than Kraken. For some of you are Kraken members. We have upgraded TLKT to have phrase match. And we've also upgraded domain, Matt has upgraded Domain Web Studio to be able to slurp the phrase match CSV and spreadsheet from the last keyword tool directly into Domain Web Studio. It's working beautifully. I've been messing around with it and building some sites. Works great, and I know a lot of you have had been waiting for that. So that's another thing we're going to, if Matt, you don't mind, we're probably going to go over that at the end of the call, just a quick, show them the keyword import screen, what we've done.
Sure, that's no problem.
Okay. All right, let's just go ahead and see how many people are. Oh, also, as per usual, if you have questions, please do write in your question box. And that should be in your webinar attendee area. I'd like to welcome everybody who's been able to make it. Bill, Ryan, Deb, thank you for making it. You guys have been very faithful to showing up at webinars. Don, Des, Kevin, Ruben, looks like we have more people coming on. Welcome aboard. And again, any questions at all, just feel free to jot them in the question area. I'll answer them if I'm not speaking, and Matt will answer them if I'm speaking. So that sounds great. Hey Matt, I think we're ready to go ahead. Let's just jump on. It's 5 minutes past the hour.
Sure, no worries with that.
We'll provide the replay for people who don't make it. We'll still have people jumping on the call. And we're going to start with our regular backwards to frontwards, as they say in neuroscience and NLP. Start with the end in mind and walk backwards from the end of your life so that you know what the definition of success is. So we're going to do that with this application. We're going to show you the application backwards. I've had a lot more success showing people what it's designed to do. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and start this quick free presentation.
Okay. It's all yours, Russ.
Takes a little bit of time for it. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time for it to come through. So.
Okay.
I think I might be hung up. I'm not saying anything except the Domain Web Studio shingle. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to flip the story, the end process, obviously the end results, and Matt, you can chime in anytime if you have something to add. The end results are you everywhere all the time right now. The vision that I would like you to have for your clients and for your company is that you always know what your return on investment is for your keyword targeting. But more importantly, your traffic should be going up over time, and it should cost less and less over time for you to get more and more keywords, mid-tails, long tails, for an entire market. And this really is how you effectively swallow a keyword market whole as you back yourself into the niche. And here's some screenshots from the promotional blueprint planner area, and you'll be intimately familiar with these as you become an expert with the domain web studio system. And where we're moving everything, guys and gals, is towards personal brand broadcasting. Ultimately, you will see the syndication to your network be all the different types of media files that you have, from video to social signals to regular articles, everything. You have to consider all of those things in a mix now. Ultimately, wiring them together in a one feed to run them all, and using our syndication system, as well as your proprietary knowledge on syndication, to drive traffic beautifully to your whole WR1, WR2 network. We spent most of the morning this morning with our new outsourcing and done-for-you team, preparing them for the one-feed syndication systems, because there's been too many requests for done-for-you syndication. We're going to be offering that. We're going to be offering you done-for-you syndication and content creation all through the Domain Web Studio application within the next 30 to 60 days. So we're very excited about that. Next slide, please. So the pains that we're removing with this application, hey Matt, I'm having a really huge delay. Are you actually pushing the button, or?
Yeah, there seems to be a big delay.
Yeah.
I could do this one.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Because I'm getting too much of a delay. It'll sound awkward. So just go ahead and give it the presentation.
Sure, no worries. Yeah, basically when we created the application, the pains that we wanted to address were basically trying to figure out what to do next. That was one of the core points. Was right, build our website, we've got it live, we've got our pages indexed on our primary website. What do we do next? Where do we start? So basically, the system creates us a blueprint and spits out what we need to do next. Second thing is it controls our team. No more losing control of our team. Then the next thing is no more getting lost in specific promotional tasks. Some people prefer video to writing content, so they'll get stuck in the video side of things and never write a word. With the system, it gives you a balanced spread across the web on all types of media formats. No more worrying about which anchor text to use. The system automatically takes your DNA braid and creates an anchor text portfolio for you for each keyword within your blueprint, which then effectively creates a sub-niche or sub-net of content surrounding a specific keyword. So you'll have multiple little networks linking back into your primary website. There's no more worrying about optimization penalties. Just with the nature of the design, the optimization penalties are sort of faded away. They don't exist with what we're doing, because we're considering a whole market, we're considering a whole theme, a whole cluster of keywords. We're not just focusing on one keyword throughout our entire website. Then there's no more losing spreadsheets, tasks, and people's actions. With DWS, everything is centralized, so you have everything right there now. If one of your team members leave for whatever reason, they don't leave with all your material that you need. You have everything centralized, and then there's no more losing promotional and social accounts. Those famous spreadsheets that basically just disappear one night, and you can't find them, and you locked out of all your properties. That doesn't happen anymore. You keep everything centralized. Okay, so basically, what happens with the whole system is, you build your whole website, you get everything prepped and ready, you get it online, you optimize it, you do all your SEO, then you start your promotional plan, and with a click of a button, whether it's one keyword or 2,000 keywords, DWS will go and create a promotional plan to plan out everything for the entire life cycle of that promotion. So if a keyword is suggested to take 15 months to get ranked for, you'll get 15 months worth of promotional activity for that specific keyword. And if it was a 2,000 keyword blueprint, the same thing would happen for every single keyword within that promotional plan. So you have 2,000 times, all the different times to rank for those keywords activities. So the way it works is, once you've got your broadcasting plan in place, you assign it to your writers or your multimedia creators. They go and create the content or the multimedia types. They submit it back as done. You do your quality control, you check it over. If it fails, you reassign it to them. You can just drop them a note and that's what we're going to speak about today in DWS. Else, if it passes, you pass on to the promotional guy, and he'll go and publish it on the web. Once it's on the web and he's optimized the page specifically to your instruction, he will then basically say, I've done my job, and once he's done his job, he'll drop the URL into DWS, which will then take that feed and it'll push it through your RSS1 feed through the more syndication process. And that's how you end up getting everything across the web. So with this said, basically when you join up with Network Empire, what we developed is we developed a whole training package that supports our stackable system, and we developed a technology that supports the stackable system. And the Network Empire stackable system is a process of blocks that are packed on top of each other, creating your broadcasting network. So when you go through the process, by the time you get to the end and you've set everything up, every time you publish something, you will broadcast it across the web in real time. And that's how you broadcast at the speed of thought, because you've built the infrastructure, you've built the networks that you need to get the message out to your audience. So today, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the team screen, and this is a screen that's confused a lot of people, and it's also scared a lot of people in the sense that, let's open this up properly, that they didn't really understand this, and the thought of outsourcing is foreign to some, it's not foreign to others, other people do it all the time, but we try to keep this module, which is step number 3 in the stackable process, as simple as possible. Before starters, Russ, have you got any words you would like to say before I start?
No, you can continue.
Cool. Okay, so basically this is a team screen, and when we click on the screen, we see the screen here, and we get to see our team members, and at the bottom, we get to see the team members, the username, the email. You can change any of their names. You can change their status of whether in trial, review, or trusted. Trial typically is for if the guy's new, you'll give him one piece of content or one task to do. Review means, okay, he's passed the trial, you're going to give him 5 things to do at once now. And then once he passes that, it goes to trusted when he delivers. Days in the month is how many days he can work for you in a month. Hours in a day, how many hours on average can he add. And from this, we can actually assign them to different places. We can say they can become partners, project managers. You can assign different departments to them. Now, with a team screen, the partner and the project manager gives the team members access to the entire DWS suite. All the other statuses that you assign to people give them access to the team screen, where it's limited and more pigeonholed. They get to see and do exactly what you're telling them to do over here. Right, so when I look at the screen here, we have a graph on the side, one for each team member that has work assigned to them. Now the green bar indicates how many hours they have to work in a month for this current month, and the red bar indicates how much work is assigned to them. Now the way this works is in this area where you see the plus sign, right? You click on that and it opens up and you can see the different projects they're working on. And in the projects you can see how much hours of work they got assigned, and by the blue arrow over here you can actually zoom in and see how much work they actually have. So looking at myself, I'm going to zoom in and look at all my tasks, and as I get in here, as it opens up, it tells me I've got 37 tasks pending. You can see that over there, and here you can see a list of all my team members. So if I'm too busy as a business owner, I can actually assign work to any of my other guys, right? And the way I do that is I go in there, I change it to the team owner I want to go. I can change the date to whoever, and I can select a bunch of tasks right over here, and I'll just click submit. Once I do that, instantly Bob will start getting work. You'll see him appear in the chart over here as soon as the page reloads. So this screen was designed to manage projects, right? So you'll get a project and everybody's got work to do. But what if someone gets sick and the project can't wait for things need to get changed? You can reallocate work rapidly to that person over there. So when we look at Bob now, Bob has these tasks assigned to himself. So we can click on this and you'll see the work will come to Bob. Okay. Now with this little link over here on the actual team screen, this is a communication link. If we click on this link or the Outlook icon, essentially we can send a private message to that person and ask him to do something. And what this does here is we can click new task and we can select the department that the person's in. Now the task manager is myself and I want to send this to Sarah, and let's just go SP to Cruise and I'll put the email in there. Start date of the task, completion date. Project ID, blah, blah, blah. Please create accounts. Now, the purpose of this screen is, with the way DWS works is we have an environment where we've got rigid rules in the sense that they're rigid where we click buttons and work gets assigned to people. This screen allows you to keep track of communication. So let's just say there's something you want to get done by a certain date and time. You can come here, you can just type in a free text note saying please do this, blah, 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 whatever it is, and you can set this task as active, it's an individual task, you can change statuses, and we can click send instructions. And what's going to happen here is this is going to send an email to the person, and they can actually respond to the system. They can log in and they'll see the email and they'll log in and they'll respond, and it'll create a dialogue thread for them. It's also good for you to keep track of communications per project of things that will happen, and I'll show you how this works. So once this is posted, we're on the home screen now. You see it brought us back to the home screen, and here we can see the actual syndication tasks we've set. Okay, so that's typically what that screen does over there. That person will get sent an email out there. So from the team screen, what happens is, one, we can create new accounts. Two, we can assign tasks or move tasks around that exist. Number three, we can increase or decrease the amount of time people have to work for us. We can change the status. And then number four, which is most importantly, we can turn access on or off in the system. So if someone doesn't work for anymore, we can simply just go update, and with active we can turn them off. And they won't be able to log in. The system will be locked down. So if you have got an issue with someone, you can actually just lock them down and that'll stop them from creating any nonsense. Then alternatively, what you have here is you can actually see how much time they have. And if people run out of the available time they have, these little green clocks will turn to red as you assign more and more work to these people. So that's essentially the team screen of how this works over here. Now on the flip side of the screen, when you assign work to people, we get the team member screen. And this is what happens when a guy's log in for the first time. This dashboard is for this month's work only, and there's a specific reason why we've designed the screen from this month only perspective. When you set up a syndication and promotion plan, right, and you're planning it out for maybe 15 or 20 months ahead, you can have hundreds or thousands of tasks that need to get done depending on the size of your blueprint. And if the team member logs in and all of a sudden he sees thousands of tasks, it's actually going to demotivate him. The load is going to be too heavy visually and psychologically for that person, and the performance will actually decrease. So by showing them just what they have to do for this month, you're actually dealing with a massive task, but you give them small bite-sized chunks that they can actually process and deal with, and you'll find that your productivity will be better. Okay, so when we look at this, this is task to do for this month, you got 31, tasks completed for this month 2. This is looking at what they've done for this month. This little chart here, the delivery tracker, keeps track of when the task was due and when they delivered it. So you can see it was due on the 10th, but they delivered on the 18th. So therefore they get a red arrow pointing down. If they deliver on time, it's a green arrow pointing up. And this is just a visual indicator that basically helps make people want to do better. They want to see the green bars pointing up. They don't want to see the red ones pointing down. So that's what we've done over there. Now there's been questions with guys asking, I've assigned tasks to my team and they can't see it, and there's been a bit of confusion. So I'd like to address this today. When your team logs in, okay, there's 4 sections to the screen. We've got the primary website content over here. We've got the account creation tasks over here. We've got the promotional content over here. And we have the publishing promotional content tasks over here. Now, if we click on current tasks for this month, this will give us a list of tasks that had to get done this month. But it looks at from this current month and it goes backwards. And what I'll do is I'll bring up all the tasks that were due on the 10th of October, and it'll show us all the old work that's behind first. They need to catch up. They need to go in and edit and do all the writing and catch up. Okay? If you set future tasks, click on the second link, current tasks all. You can see this month and you can see all. If you click current tasks all, if there's more than 31 tasks, say now there's 200 tasks, we'll see the entire campaign's worth of work over here for website content. The same applies to the promotional content for writing. You've got the current tasks this month, you've got current tasks all. So if we click on current tasks all, you'll see that there's no promotional tasks done yet because we're still busy writing the primary content. Okay. And the same applies for the fourth step, which is publishing the promotional content. So the way the system works is the guys, when they come in at first, the current tasks, the system by default loads up with the current tasks so they can see what they have to do for this month. And they'll start at the top of the list. They'll write, as they write the task and complete it, it drops into completed tasks. Okay? And then once it drops into completed tasks, you see for this month, or you can see all the completed tasks. Okay. Russ, should we open up the line for some questions over now on the team screen and the team member screen?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no questions at this point for, oh, hang on a second. Okay, anybody who wants to answer, have some questions answered on this area, go ahead and leave your question now. It seems like most everybody's just asking me about like the links and stuff I promised them. So, okay, so Matt, one of the things that we need to make sure that we cover is like any confusion that came from those other things. Do you feel like you covered that pretty well? Okay, here's some questions. Matt, are you with us still?
Yeah. You can hear me?
Okay, good. We lost you for, yeah, we lost you for a second. All right, here's a few questions coming in. You can probably see some of these. Brian asks, one of my content writers drafted an article in the DWS live text box and it went sideways. Okay, so.
What's that mean?
Hey, Brian, I would like to know more. Well, it sounds like it didn't work. You don't mean it literally went sideways. Could you be more specific, Brian? Did it flip on its side? I mean, if you can always, it would be really helpful if you would just grab, hopefully you have Jing or Snagit, preferably Snagit or something like that, or something relative. Give us a screenshot so that we know what it looks like and just email.
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening with that.
I'd like to address that content writing story there. The WYSIWYG that we have in the system, if your writer is copying and pasting an article from Word, for example, even though they click on the Word import function in the WYSIWYG, all that does, it removes Microsoft basically puts this syntax at the back of the writing when you bring it in. And it's like it's MSO, column this, MSO that, it's Microsoft, Microsoft, Microsoft. And it makes the page really heavy when you copy and paste it into a blog. So they created this function that rips all that stuff out and leaves you with the core stuff. Now, there was a big debate going on of what about the formatting? We formatted this document, we wanted to keep it identical. So typically with WYSIWYGs now, it'll try and mirror what was pasted in, the formatting, and replace it with the CSS style sheet type of formatting to keep it the way it was. If you want no formatting, what you need to do is you need to copy and paste the article. You've got to open up Notepad on your machine, paste it in there, copy it from Notepad, and then paste it into the WYSIWYG, and then reformat from that point on. And that's how you'll stop things going pear-shaped or weird. Or when you open up your blog, you'll have a different format that's outside of your style sheet. Okay, it's purely because it'll try and copy what's in Word. This is what happens with the WYSIWYGs today.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody knows not to copy directly from Word into any WYSIWYG ever, and that's pretty standard processes. So let us know if that answers your question, Brian. All right, let's ask, Guy has asked, if you're a sole proprietor, all the tasks fall to you, and you can see how much there's to do. I'm not understanding if that's a question. Okay. Can you see how much there is to do and what you should delegate? I would use the sole, I'll let Matt get into this, I would use the sole proprietor model similarly. You just, in that case, you have to know where everything is. Do you have an answer for that, Matt?
Yeah. For sole proprietors, essentially all that's going to happen is every single project you're working on over a year, you'll see how much hours of work you have assigned over a year. Then the hours work gets broken down to actual tasks. So when the screen loads up, we can actually see all the work we have to do when we're looking at this. Now, as a sole proprietor, you're going to have to start making decisions. Okay, what is a more priority? Do I do professional cleaning services, or house clearance? Which website do I work on first? And you can actually look at that, and then you can actually, from this thing, you can reassign deadlines using the date function over here. So let's just say, for example, you can't work on this project for whatever reason for the next 2 months. You just check all your keywords, and you change the date 2 months forward, and you press submit. And what it will do is it will move all these tasks 2 months forward. So as a sole proprietor, a man who's working and doing everything himself, you can effectively manage your time and what you're focusing on with this little blue arrow over here. You can reassign tasks to future dates. That way, when you come to the content writing screen over here, the content will be there that you need to work on because everything's assigned to you and you log into the system as you, so the system knows, okay, you have to do all this work.
Okay, great. Thank you. Brian, I just want to add that please grab a screen capture next time. Treat the WYSIWYG editor in Domain Web Studio as exactly like you would treat a WYSIWYG editor in WordPress or anything else. If something happens and something breaks on any WYSIWYG, you should always have the content copied or cached some other location. Okay, WYSIWYGs by default, because they're browser-based, if you do a refresh, I do not currently know of a script that will retrieve what was pasted. It's something we can look into, but the error that was generated is something of interest. That's something that's a bug check. We need to go ahead and look at that.
Yeah.
However, your knowledge working and processes with any WYSIWYG editor should be to not have that be your master. There's certain things you cannot do. Okay, you can edit. Okay, some services will constantly refresh the WYSIWYG editor. Ours does not currently do that at this time. So you need to have your master copy in another location and either refresh it or maintain that data.
If you've pressed submit and something goes wrong with Firefox, if you click the back button, Firefox will try and retrieve the content that was in the WYSIWYG. It tries to put it back there. So that's one thing you can do if something goes wrong. But like Russell says, work from a document and then paste it in.
Yeah, there are a few apps that are doing constant updates. You guys have probably used all those. WordPress is not currently one of them. So we're pretty much at the standard WYSIWYG at this point, but we'll look into that. I know it's incredibly frustrating. It's a universal problem, and it's, it's the universal joke. You're losing all your data in a WYSIWYG. That's one of the downsides that you have with working with web-based applications. So always assume that you're going to lose your data on any application online that has a WYSIWYG. So remember, when you copy something into the clipboard, maybe slap it onto. I actually use notated, like Post-it type environments on Microsoft 7, Windows 7, because they have a constant update, or I won't lose. Even a Notepad, if your system crashes when you have it on Notepad, you lose all the data on Notepad. Notepad generally doesn't have a backup. So there's a few softwares you can use for that. Again, I know you guys know this, but I'm sorry we don't have a WYSIWYG, a real-time updating WYSIWYG at this point. Something we'll look into in major later versions. Okay, I think we can move on now, Matt. We've used up all the questions.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the whole principle of the team screen is, 1, to rapidly create teams. 2, to keep control of the projects and know exactly who's working on what where meaning the project. 3, looking at team resources. If you have got a team, who's doing work, who's sitting on the laurels. So for example, Sarah's chilling out. She's got 125 hours worth of work availability, but she's only actually working on 3 hours this month. So this is a big problem with a lot of organizations, is where you got staff, you're paying them a salary, and they're just kicking back. They make themselves, they're always in the meetings, they say, I'm super, super busy. But with the system over here, is she really super busy? What's she super busy with? It takes 3 hours of a 125-hour week, a month, sorry. So this way you can keep control, and you can actually assign work and get more productivity. And if you're getting 80% productivity out of these people, you're doing good, okay? So don't get stressed out if the guys are maxed out to the hilt and not going to get all the work finished. If you're getting 80%, you're doing well, okay? It's much better than what most people are doing. Right, so this is the team availability screen here. So the next thing is you click Add Team, and basically all it is a form you fill in, and it adds a team member. When you add a team member, you'll see them appear straight away. Then the last part of the team management screen is finding micro outsourcing staff. These are guys that specialize in doing a particular thing. And when I say a particular thing, it might be like setting up a WordPress blog, or publishing a press release, or creating a Facebook video, or giving you 1,000 Facebook likes. They take specific tasks, and they specialize in them. A lot of these things you can find on Fiverr. But then at the other side of things, we've got, if you're looking for staff, like globalstaff.com or virtualassistant.com, you can pick up a guy for like $300, and you can have him for 40 hours. And most of these guys are trained in SEO, so you can have him doing specific tasks. So if you're needing a blog network built out, you can bring the guy up in and have him sit there for 2 or 3 months just creating all the WordPress installs. So with this directory we created here, we basically covered all the places, and we linked to things in Fiverr and all over the web where guys specialize in these tasks. So if you're too busy to do stuff, rather take $5 and outsource the task and get it back in a few days and put it back into the system than you trying to sit and do everything, because you physically can't do it. So that's why we've brought this system together. So on the team management screen, like I said today, this webinar is going to be a short one because it's not that complex. It's all about managing the team, and it's all about keeping complete control of all the resources that you have available. Now, if you're getting 80% out of your resources, you're doing really, really well. You're actually flipping the 80-20 rule on its head, because usually it's people faff around for 80%, and then 20% of the time they actually achieve something. With DWS, we're trying to get 80% productivity and giving them 20% chill out time. That's what we want to try and achieve with the system. So that's basically it, folks. With a team management screen, you're basically controlling people if you have got a team. And if you're outsourcing and bringing them in, that's how it works. Coming back to the team screen over here, this is where the guys come in. if they can't see their tasks, they must click on current tasks all. Pay attention to the small bits of writing. That all make things very clear to you. And once again, the reason for building the screen this way was to give the people bite-sized chunks to actually process things, so it's not overwhelming.
Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
I think there's a slight delay on the screen updates. Are you on the team manager screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's just keep going. I think we are having a fairly serious delay. We've had a couple users mention it.
I'll slow right down then. Yeah, so
Just give it about three seconds or so.
okay, no worries. Yeah, that's for the team screen, guys. We've kept the team screen super simple. We didn't want to make it very, very complex, and we wanted to address the primary things that you need to watch, like the availability, how much work's getting done, how far behind are the guys, and within 1 or 2 clicks, you can actually see how the guys are working on. So, for example, myself, you can see I've been too busy surfing in my tasks because everything is in red. I'm just kidding, but this shows you over here that the tasks are behind. Okay, they're green. We can see the pencils, which indicate primary content, whereas we've got the promotion, which is flagged by the little blue icon. So you can actually check the mix of how things are coming through. Okay, so that's basically the team screen, guys. There's nothing more to it. It's not complex. You can assign work to people in the content screen, and you can assign work to the guys in the promotion screen. And when you assign the work, you can view the tasks over here. If someone moves on, you can take it to view tasks, and you can actually reassign the work instantly to someone else that's working for you at the same time. Yeah, that's all there is for the team screen today, Russ.
Okay, that's no problem. We're not going to drag this out today. I know it's a holiday and people have to go dress up and do crazy things and go trick-or-treating. So that's all right. We've gone far enough. I'm going to go ahead and close with the possibility of questions. Please feel free to ask questions. I made some promises to you, so I want to go over those other topics. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and drop a universal link here to the.
Do you want me to make you a presenter, Russ?
No, that would be horrible at this point since all 3 screens are a mess. Let me just hold you back on that for a second. I'm going to drop a link in the area here, and this is the link that you can use to get your free trial of the G+ RSS generator. This is what I promised, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there now as soon as I can get this thing working properly. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see it. Okay, sending to all. Hopefully you can see that. There's a free 30-day trial. And I want to clarify the difference. There are a couple services out there that allow you to turn a G+ into an RSS. And if you have that and it's working for you, just keep that. That's fine. The difference is that our software turns a G+, turns your G+ status update as well as your +1 div layer on your Google Plus profile page into an RSS feed. And that's very useful for curating. That would mean every time that you click the +1 shallow without having to create a status update or anything, that it would actually go into feed, and then that feed could be threaded out to all the directories and different things. It's very, very useful for video. I'm going to be showing some proprietary techniques in the new and updated G++ course that some of you are already members of, and that new content will be there. So it's an entirely different mindset than a lot of the other softwares out there that allow you to create a feed. But if they're working for you, you can probably apply some of the same principles. Challenge is getting the Chrome app and all the other ones that do turn Google Plus into a feed to be robust enough, to have, for example, maybe 100 Google Plus RS feeds like I do for my WR2 network and the rest. So, okay, Brian, yeah, I got the cancel the question. So I just want you to know that there's some stuff this is our way of introducing you to the one feed to rule them all processes. It's just one part of many things that we do. We also have the done for you stuff coming in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks probably, and I'm giving you a lot of room for scope creep there. So people who just want to have us do it for you, we'll set all that up for you. So pretty exciting stuff. Eve is asking, do we sign up for the G Plus subscription in order to get the education update? Eve, you should already be a member of the G Plus course. The G Plus course comes also as part of your networkempire.com basic members subscription. I'm going to make sure that all the video updates, and I admit, Eve, I am a little bit behind on adding those. I'm going to try to add those this weekend, where I show you everything step by step, like super pedantic, so it's not confusing at all, exactly how we put this wire into this location. I'll probably have that out by Monday or so. So the only thing you would really need to do differently would be to sign up for the actual software application. And I'll show you exactly how to use those feeds in there. Just to be really honest with you guys, like what I love about it is the thing that was frustrating is if I have like 100 or 200 video automatic Pinterest blogs that I'm just using to drive hundreds of visitors every day for my various WR2 blogs. I was looking for months for a manual solution to be able to automatically post a blog post to a Google Plus account, a unique Google Plus dashboard, a private dashboard, and then have that Google Plus feed automatically be syndicated to all the directories. Now, the Google Plus software I'm talking to you about deals with the hardest part, which is turning a Google Plus account into a feed. It doesn't have all the moving parts and doesn't, automatic. It's not a plugin for a blog, but I will introduce you to the technologies that I'm using that have been stable for over 3 months. And there's only one thing out there that I found that allows you to automatically post without getting your account banned and without breaking constantly. And there's some friends of ours who have done a lot of stuff with that. So I'll glue all that together for you, and you guys can decide how you want to do it. Currently, I have dozens of automatic video sites that are posting to unique personas in Google Plus and then syndicating through massive directories. And the Google Analytics show a massive spike in traffic. So it's really super easy to set up. And I just want to make sure that all of our users have the ability to do that. And so that's the real kind of kicker here, or the value that's being added. So let's switch tracks here a little bit, and let's talk about the new updates. Matt, thank you so much for making Domain Web Studio friendly with the last keyword tool.
No worries there.
And we're going to get into that a little bit. Okay. I guess actually I could, if you could share the screen with me a little bit. Let me get all of my.
Well, while you're sorting yourself out, Russ, I'll hop across to the import screen and I'll just talk the guys through the process.
Yeah. Well, let's show them the import screen first.
Okay, I'm just waiting for it to.
And the bottom line, folks. Yeah, the bottom line is, your screen, you're really behind on the. There's a huge delay. So, I just want you guys to know the basics here. We have the blog post up. I'm going to drop the link to the blog post. It runs you through this. In case for some reason you don't have, you don't get everything that you need from this description that we're giving you. It's on networkempirenews.com. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to the precise instructions. The bottom line is this: the last keyword tool. When you go to the bottom of the screen and export, and I'll show you that shortly, you'll find the phrase match. Kelly has added the phrase match to the export function. I think it's in the 7th column. And then you can just save that to your desktop or a folder. And in Domain Web Studio, you can just go to the Silo framework, the keyword import function. Hey, Matt, I wonder if it would be any faster if I just show them.
Okay.
You want to transfer me?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Like so bad, it's really starting to suck. Yeah, sort of.
I kind of pass it across to you now.
I'll try to get rid of my solitaire game and all the other things that I have running.
Have you got control yet?
Okay. Yeah, let me just double check. All right, something's trying to happen here. Okay, show my screen. Which screen is the question are they going to show? Can you see my screen, Matt?
It's not come through yet.
Wow. Jeez Louise. Okay, Kevin can see it.
There,
Kevin, what do you see? Do you see? Domain Web Studio or
DWS.
family or
Domain Web Studio, CB Empire, Network Empire.
Oh yeah, these are just some dummy clusters I have set up. But the bottom line is that I did a quick import from let me go to last keyword tool. Let's say here's some dummy tests. I think I drilled into magazines. This is a test thing I did. I just did an export. So Kelley is still working on the last keyword tool, guys and girls. You're not going to see the phrase match in this screen just yet, but when you go to the bottom of the screen, let me know when I'm there, when you can see the export CSV function.
Can see it.
Okay, cool. That's where that's where you export this entire sheet, okay? Okay, it is much faster. Sorry, guys. Matt will just have to remember that South Africa is really slow for the webinar. If you click this Excel spreadsheet, it downloads the spreadsheet, and you'll find the phrase match. You don't even have to bother to look at it, but you'll see the phrase match in the 7th column now. Kelley was finally able to create that for us. Okay, and we are working to get it so that you can work with it on the screen. Okay, looks like I'm having monitors crashing on me, so sorry about that. But the Google searches per day will be available on the phrase match. Don't die on me here. Okay, yeah, phrase match sheet 1.
Column H.
So you'll see it. Yeah, it's column H right over here. You guys, I hope you can see it. Now, you obviously won't need to look at this because Matt has made it really easy. Just save this, and you're going to slurp it into whichever project you want to use the last keyword tool instead of Kraken, and you will not have to run the bot anymore that Matt created for us to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can put the bot to rest. So you'll just you don't have to do anything. I just wanted to let you know where the actual column was, and so Kelley can get to it. And I think I actually imported it into one of these test projects, and it works beautifully. Again, this is a dummy project. They're not congruent themes. Just want you to know that for those of you who can't afford Kraken and prefer the last keyword tool, you can just go to the import keyword screen on the drop-down menu. Okay, and Matt has made it super easy to import that.
So that you click on the second tab, import keyword data.
Oh yeah, I've clicked on it already. We have some delays happening. Okay, but anyway, you guys know the drill. So while I have this delay, I'm really no better than Matt when it comes to this. I don't know what's going on here. So just on the drop-down menu, you'll see a tab called the last keyword tool. And again, I've given it to you in the video. And you'll be able to just drop down.
Just press Control over Russell.
It might be my machine. Okay, it is actually. Okay, so on the keyword import data screen, just go down to Market Samurai. No, just kidding. The last keyword tool is here. Okay, and then that lets the system know which type of spreadsheet you're trying to import. Okay, and then you'll just import it off of your desktop or your file. I'm having problems like right now, folks, so I'm going to stop it here and just take a look at questions. I've got way too many things open here, and let's go ahead and look at some of the questions. Okay, everybody got the RSS, the Google? Okay, glad to hear it. I'm hung up here, so I'm just going to shut the screen.
I'll switch it back to my side.
Yeah. Go ahead. Network Empire, I mean, you're really much slower than I am, so I don't really know. Just go to networkempire.com news. You can get an exact walkthrough without any delay. We're having some problems with our webinar software today, folks. So there's that. Now, what are the implications of that? Let's just talk about that. The implications are simply that if you guys are doing large projects for a lot of clients, you don't have to use the bot which takes up a lot of your time. And for some people, maybe we're having difficulties with it. You can just use the Last Keyword tool and purchase a subscription to the Last Keyword tool. Please contact us. There is a package deal at networkempire.com if you want both of those. It's so refreshing and so much faster to have both of those working together.
Yeah.
I always use Kraken, but for those who can't afford it, it's just I'm saving an additional 50% of my time now.
Yeah.
So
The problem with
any questions on that?
The problem with the bots was this Google throwing captchas at you, so we had to slow it way down so that you didn't get bombed with captchas and have to fill captchas in or have the bot buy credits to go fill the captchas in. So with TLKT now, you simply drill your keyword, export it out, come to the keywords list, select the last keyword tool, point to where your CSV file is, import, and then whack, it appears in the keyword decision screen. It's as simple as that.
Right.
Got your data right.
Yeah, and so as you can see, we're moving closer every day to a unified solution, which is our Network Empire application. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Unless Matt has anything to add to what I just demonstrated, I believe that everybody got what they wanted on this webinar. We provide you with the 2 surprises. And is there any more questions before we go?
There was one of how to delete members. I think it was Brian Edwards. Says he's having difficulty deleting members.
No, he came back and said never. He came back and said never mind, so we can bypass that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, I'm Deb.
Yeah, please show me.
I want to make doubly sure we've actually worked out some things. Matt has worked out some things with another user with some similar things. Matt, is there any relationship between what you did with that other user this morning and Deb's issue?
On the promotion screens, no.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll handle that separately. And thank you, Deb, for a reminder on that. I am very, very grateful for you helping us through a couple of minor issues. I appreciate that. Webinar replay, Marvin, what happens is Matt uploads it and renders it, and he goes to bed because it's quite late there. And he generally passes it off to me in the morning, which means I normally post it the next day. If you really, really want it, I will try to do it. Actually, I'm actually moving into my new home tomorrow, so I'll be out of commission. I wasn't planning on uploading up till Saturday, if that's okay for you, Marvin. If it's not, let me know, and I will assign a task member to upload it straight away if you want the replay. Hi, Brian. Oh, sure. Brian, I thought you had the RSS Creator free trial. I'm going to go ahead and drop that free trial again for everybody. And I'm going to email, actually, what's the best way I can get you guys this link? Because not everybody's getting it on.
You can just
Brian, I'm sending you the free, I'm going to send you the free invite right now to your direct question.
You can paste into the chat block there, Russ.
Yeah, I've already done that, and I was trying, I've been trying to give everybody a copy of it, and apparently they're not getting the general copy. So I'm going to give you the free trial area. And also just keep in mind, most of you on this call, you guys all missed a link. Okay, I'll go ahead and hit you universally here. I'll go ahead and hit you one at a time. I also wanted to make a note that in the next 24 hours, just for some reason, in case you don't get this, we are going to be including the free trial offer inside the Google Plus course members area. So if for some reason you're not able to get it, you can just go into the area inside your Network Empire members area. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys that right now individually. And Kevin, yes, thank you. I know you're having a difficult time. You emailed me at rustteamzoomsupport@gmail, I hope, because that's where I'm going to go. As soon as this call is done, I'm going to go ahead and test. I might take a lunch break first, but I'm going to go ahead and test to make sure that our username and password database is connected. Okay. Thanks, Brian, about it's not a new house. I'm just helping my family move into a place. Okay, Marvin. All right, so Marvin, you missed some of the first part. Okay, I'll get it to you as soon as I can. I really appreciate it. It's a different time zone in the Philippines. I want to make sure that you're all set up with that. Okay, is there anybody who has not received a free trial, to the Google Plus side of things? And folks, again, like I said, I'll have all the videos of the secret things that I was all really freaked out about sharing with anyone. I'll have that in the Google Plus area by Sunday. So I really want to make sure that you guys have that. I'm getting amazing results from grading Google Plus with automatic blog posting with video and Open Graph. I mean, it's just nuts. As you know, the pin video, the PinVid site course will be coming out in late November, right after Sue does her WR1 Silo website course. So all of these things, by the beginning of the year will be available to you, and it's really pretty crazy stuff. And I really want to create a much closer community because I just honestly don't want all of this stuff like fluttering about the internet.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we kind of all keep on the same page with it, because by the time you have all that Domain Node Studios one feed system, all of this is going to come together kind of like a nuclear explosion by January, February of 2013. It's not going to be like anything else that's out there. We've got tens of thousands of dollars in development putting all this together. We're going to give you precise step-by-step systems to incorporate the one feed to rule them all. We're going to be giving you done-for-you packages, which is what Sue and I were on the telephone all this morning training our outsource team with. Done for you for one feed to rule them all, very affordable. Done for you for the Google Plus stuff. Done for you for Domain Node Studio. Done for you for content writers. It's all coming, folks. Brian asked me, what are you closing things out for the public? Well, we were supposed to do it on October 28th, and that was 2 days ago. And what happened is we got hit by all of these new innovations all at once, and I literally haven't had time to go to the sales page and just close the door. I want to make sure that I talk to Matt and Sue. So we're looking sometime, as soon as we get everybody back in after this Halloween weekend, we're going to sit down and look exactly how we want to close that, close Network Empire for the general public. Really, Brian, what we're going to do is it's going to be like by invitation only, and we need to get really specific on that. If you have some feedback on what you'd like to see happen, we'll kind of go that route. We have a lot of people out there, including the owners of SINs and other technologies, who are creating done-for-you technologies based on some proprietary stuff that we're not really ready to have done for you by other people. So we're kind of getting all that stuff together and creating some policies and terms of services so that we can make sure that our users get the best benefit of that before our IP goes more public and people see what great idea it is.
Yeah.
I have somebody, I'm not sure who it is, OG, I don't know your full name, but yes, the webinar, OG, the webinars, Orlando, okay. Orlando, all of our videos I upload every single time to the webinar channel. The webinar channel is located at networkempirenews.com. And on the sidebar, you can see webinar replays. Those are there every time. So networkempirenews.com, webinar replays. And additionally, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/themezoom. Now, you're going to get a lot more than just the webinar replays on that channel, because obviously we upload every little thing that we have on there. So you're going to have to sort a little bit better.
There's also the
really forward.
Also the videos in the members area. There's the whole video series there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't add the webinar replays to those, but maybe I should start. I'll talk to Matt about that. Matt's absolutely correct. I'll go ahead and drop the link. We have a private step-by-step tutorial system that we're adding, which is in context. But Matt makes a great point. If you go to networkempire.com /members-area, I'll go ahead and drop that link for you guys right now. networkempire.com, open free to the public, is a walkthrough of all the major
screens.
All the major screens. Now that is an older version, but it's still very helpful, and people are really loving that. The current webinar series that we're doing, that Matt is currently doing with us, is walking again through each one of the tabs. And it's actually on my task list to add each one of these webinars when we're done with the 6-week series to that members-area. Okay, so when you go to networkempire.com members area, you'll see on your side panel, let me just drop that link here.
Yeah, we basically...
You'll see on your side panel, let me finish. DWS 4.0 training. Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, that training is a top-level overview of what each screen is, and in these webinars, we're actually slowing right down and getting into the detail of each screen and how to do certain things and why certain things are built the way they're built. So like, for example, in today's webinar, we spoke about the team screen and how we can move tasks from one person to another person, how we can delete people, how we can actually monitor how progress is going on with projects, who's got work, who's not got work, how much resources do we have. And for running the business from a project management perspective, those are the core things you need to watch. So if you've got a few deadlines, you can actually reallocate tasks to get the priorities finished first. And it's very, very easy. So yeah, we've got all the videos over there. We've got the YouTube channel, and we've got the webinars on the news side of our website. So there's tons and tons of footage that there's, I don't know how many hours it'll be, Russell.
Okay. Brian McFarland, yeah, it's going to be huge. Brian McFarland has made the suggestion. People are really liking the process map that you made for the Local Leads Empire course.
All right.
If you're not familiar with that, folks, visit localleadsempire.com. There's an extra course that's getting a lot of buzz right now. It's Matt revealing how he uses call centers and local lead aggregation systems. But Brian's point is that he really likes your flat-out mind map system. We did create a flat mind map system for Domain Web Studio in the past, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's on the front page. Just so you're holding it up, it's like a 10-page PDF.
Right. We probably, yeah, this is not. Yeah, the 90. Brian, we actually have to remake it, and that's probably something Matt's way too busy at the moment to do that. But I really would like to recreate the master mind map. And I know that when Network Empire becomes the fully integrated keyword with all the themes and technology, we'll definitely have a mind map. Oh, you're doing it for us. Good for you. Okay, well, thank you. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. So we'll take a look at it. Just shoot it by us once you do it so that Matt can audit that. Brian, if you don't mind. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all that everybody does helping us out. And we're always interested in how you're using the technology for your specific clients. We really appreciate that. And we're providing more and more process maps on how our backlinking systems are working. So thanks a lot, everyone. I think that's enough for today. It's late there. Happy Halloween to you too, Deb. And we will, please do sign up for the upcoming webinar. I'll send a notification out on Monday or Tuesday. And next week, Matt is going to cover the website blueprint area. And depending upon our time, we might even move on to the promotional plan. But we're trying to cover a tab per week.
Sorry, Russ, it's the content writer screen next week. Number 4.
I'm sorry.
Step 4.
Content writer screen. I forgot that we did not finish a tab last week. That's right. We're moving on to content writer, and then we'll set the stage for the website blueprint. So
yeah.
Thanks a lot, folks. Happy Halloween. We'll see you on the inside of the Domain Web Studio application, and thanks for all of your support. Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody.
Hi, Matt. You have everything you need?
Yeah, everything's here.